Their leadership, their work, their strain, their competitive spirit, the willingness to continue to come back week in and week out and continue to believe and do the things that we've asked them to do. How does that happen? You just do what winning requires. It's not, and we've said this a lot, it's not going to take anything like Superman, heroic type effort. It's going to, play with incredible effort. You got to, be the most physical team, and you got to, take care of the ball. Winning never negotiates, as we've said. And so when we've taken care of the ball, the last, almost 2 years, I think we're 13-0. And when we haven't taken care of the ball this season, we're 0-5. So took care of the ball. At least we won the turnover margin. We have fought our butt off. There's been some games where it got away from us late, but this is a team that has continued showed up, week in and week out. They've punched first, they've punched back, and this was the first time in one of these types of games that we punched last. And we've had the lead, I think, in 3 of our last SEC games. We've had the lead at halftime, but we couldn't figure out how to punch last. And this is, I guess maybe it just aligns with the harder it is, the more epic the story. But that was a really good football team that we beat tonight. And what I'm most proud of, there was nothing whatsoever that was fluky about it. It was a game of physicality, a game of execution, a game of precision, a game of timing. In a game where we really did an amazing job of complementing each other in all 3 phases. We had to overcome some things. We left some points on the board early in the first half, in the first quarter, with the fumble and the missed field goal. We missed the touchdown. We dropped the touchdown there on a little double pass that was, you thought that might come back and haunt you against really good teams. It certainly can, but just, a fantastic performance. Really proud of the coaches, and particularly the defensive staff was just, the game plan was outstanding. The players executing was even better. Just a real work of art, and they had answers for Alabama every step of the way. And then our offensive staff, what they've, I told y'all how proud I was of them, their willingness, their excitement, their passion for, absolutely, Coach, we're ready to go. Tell us what you need us to do. And the players have followed their lead and just put their head down, and they've had juice, they've had energy, they've had a great plan, they've had a great rhythm. And tonight, was another example of that. And I just thought they did a great job of keeping Alabama off balance. Joe John called a great game, and the players, including Jackson Arnold, went out there and executed in a really efficient way. Again, Jackson was outstanding, a career high rushing, and 9 of 11, just efficient, made good decisions. We did what we needed to do to win. We wanted to play a shortened game, a game where there's not as many possessions. Alabama's one of the most explosive teams in college football, so we wanted to do exactly what we did and really play off of each other. So defense controlled field position. We scored, forced 3 turnovers, 3 picks, put a lot of pressure on them. I think we had 9 tackles for loss on defense against a really talented offensive line, and a fantastic quarterback that is hard to keep bottled up like that. And Xavier Robinson, again, a career high rushing and 2 touchdowns. I think 5.1 yards a carry on offense. I know it's a terrible offensive line, but man, they figured it out tonight. 5.1 a carry to 2.3 from Bama, and only gave up 1 sack and 4 tackles for loss. And so just really, again, really proud of the guys for continuing to stack days on days on days. And again, sometimes, winning doesn't owe you anything, and what it takes to try to put everything into, the week to try to have an opportunity to win. And chasing success and what that requires, again, it's not loyal to you. And sometimes life ain't fair. You do everything that you're asked to do, and you still come up short. And that's what I'm most proud of. The guys continue to believe that, in the face of criticism and all of it justifiable. Again, we've 5-5 at Oklahoma, and we got to be better. But the players, man, I just love their resolve, and it's really cool to see them. I told y'all, I've hurt in the past because they deserved an opportunity to celebrate, all of their hard work. And so it's awesome to be able to do it tonight, senior night. Danny Stutzman, Billy Bowman, Ethan Downs, Woody Washington. I think that was Woody Washington's 6th career pick. And what a timeliness of the pressure, I think, from R. Mason there. And then Danny becomes the 9th all-time tackler in the history of Oklahoma. I mean, that's pretty special. Easily one of the best linebackers, in the last decade, and certainly in the country this year. And just wonderful night, man. It's about freaking time. So, but we got another challenge here, in less than a week. We'll be in Baton Rouge playing a night game to finish out, the season. So, but man, I want our players and staff to really enjoy this, this moment. And if it's anything, it's just affirmation. Now, again, when you put it all together, we're good enough, even with one hand tied behind our back roster as of, today, with the countless injuries. I've never seen anything like it, but they didn't make excuses. They just went to work. And tonight it really paid off. The experience you brought with the execution, or have you just been waiting on this? Our players? No. Just knew it was coming. Can we do it consistently? We had shown signs here and there, and we had just one guy off here and there, and it all looks bad. And tonight, man, it's just, I think it's a culmination of continuing the development process, as we've said, whether it's a freshman in Logan Howland, or a freshman in Heath Ozida, or freshman you saw Eddie Pierre-Louis, or junior Troy Everett that missed most of spring, all of summer, all of fall camp, most of the early part of the season, and finally came back. I believe he was ready to come back against Texas. And or again, a sophomore in Fabechi, that just got here. We've lost Jake Taylor, we lost Jacob Sexton, lost Mike Tarquin, and old raggedy Spencer Brown, from Michigan State. He'd gotten some guys' way tonight, and helped set edges and climb to the second level, and so anyway, and several other guys, but our tight ends are blocking, hatting people up, and being physical, knocking the piss out of people, and then the running backs playing with purpose, running through trash, being physical, just getting into a rhythm together. There's a cohesion thing, there's a chemistry thing, there's an experience thing. Whether it's Taylor Tatum as a freshman or Xavier Robinson as a freshman, you look at these guys at tight end, they're all brand new guys, just got here. And again, nobody wants to hear that. And we're not sitting there, we have an expectation too of, again, this is a game of performance, this is a game of executing. And so tonight was just to me, a culmination of just getting better and doing what we needed to do in order to win together as a team.
Brent, you talked about the defensive game plan, executing it. I assume a lot of that was contained in Bill Rowe.
Yeah.
You did that wonderfully. How'd you do that?
Yeah. It's easier said. It's hard to explain, but just discipline and physicality. There's a timeliness to it. There's how we defended several of the runs. There was a little bit of deception. And the players executed at an incredibly high level. The staff did a fantastic job of putting together a bulletproof plan and having answers. There's a level of anticipation. Hey, when we show this, they're going to do that. When we do this, they're going to do. Here will be their counter. And then the players played with great aggressiveness and anticipation, because I felt like they had just another great week of preparation, all the work that they put in, and then the staff putting them in a position, to be successful. And but again, every step of the way, the staff and the players, they had answers for what Alabama was doing, and then we tackled really physically well. Now, not perfect; they got really good players, but our guys, we tackled really, really well.
Brent, to me, they're in the middle of the field storming. They're with your daughters. What did that just mean to you and to your family with all you guys are going through?
Yeah, no, it's more about the players and just having a really cool moment. We talked about the last time they stormed, and not that we were anticipating a storm in the field. No, I can't wait, they're going to storm, It's not, but they've only stormed the field here that I know of in my experience in Oklahoma in 2000. And so everybody, they ask a lot of questions, and, it's just not a normal thing here. The standards are really high, but no, it was cool. It was pretty magical. Again, and I'm thinking about the players, because I know they're the ones in the middle of that was like, oh man, this is what we've been talking about, paying this incredible price for victory, and it finally happens. So you're going to have to, sacrifice everything, for victory. And that's week in and week out, but that's literally what it takes, no matter what you got, the result. And so for them to be able to celebrate that and that's Sooner Nation too. You talk about it, players are starved for it, the coaches are starved for it, the fans are too. A place that it expects and is used to winning at the highest level. And to be able to go toe-to-toe with Alabama, one of the most tradition-rich programs in the history of college football, and then two giants going at it, and for that to happen in really an epic way, in a dominant way. I'm very careful to try to use those words or phrases, but that was a dominant performance. So really a really cool moment for these guys.
Because there's times, you talk about how physical you have to be to win these games. Alabama's one of the most physical teams in the country, yet you stone their running game, your quarterback game. Xavier comes through, runs hard. What does it make you feel tonight? Your team is one of the most strongest teams in the country.
If you want to have a foundation of something, and that defines you, that is an identity. It's about being physical, man. You want to play with relentless effort, and they turn the tape on. What's the evidence going to say? Well, I challenge you, tonight when this game's over, what's the evidence going to say? When you flip the film on, what's it going to say? How's it going to read? This is my vision, that Oklahoma was absolutely relentless in all three phases, and they knocked Alabama out. They had an answer for them every step of the way, every corner that they turned, and without a doubt, Oklahoma was the most physical football team tonight. That was the vision, and that's what we wanted the tape to say. And I think, and again, not sitting here beating our chest, but I also want to, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize, a physically dominant performance.
You talked about that, the offensive line in particular. Talk about the aggravation of just what does this do for them? What does it say about Bill and his group to put together this kind of game?
Well, again, it shows what they're capable of, and we've said it, and this is a developmental game. You're dealing with several young players and a few new guys, and then there's different lineups week in and week out. It shows, again, what we're capable of, but just the toughness that it takes. It's tough to keep coming back. It ain't easy. You don't have a lot of other options. You get your butt off the mat. That's what the game teaches you. That's one of the most amazing things about this amazing game from a life lesson standpoint, just how to get off the dang mat. You get your butt knocked down 20 times, you get up 21. You get it knocked down 20, you get up 23. That's just what you do. And but strong hearts, calloused hands, that's what it's about. And we watched that Gladiator movie last night, the new one that came out, and man, it was right on time. And my man Denzel Washington over-delivered again. And pretty cool, man. I'm really thankful for those guys, all of them. Our staff, like I said, this is a group of coaches that, man, they've won at the highest level for a long time, and their names have been dragged through the mud, and I know it's really hard. And hey, well, you get paid for that, man, you do it for free. And I'm not giving anything back, but you would do it for free.
Brent, you got an offensive coordinator search that you got to figure out. What does a win like this tonight mean for this offense and the guys on this team that you know are people are in their ears to let show them that if you stick with you will start to develop something of a personality on offense. You can get better.
Yeah, well, I think again, the job isn't going to be any more attractive than it already has been. We got a line all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico for this opening, and but that being said, it's a very attractive opportunity. It goes without saying, and we'll find the best combination of new staff and what have you that's going to help continue to build this program and move it in the right direction. And but I believe in these guys that are here right now, and that's prior to tonight because I watch them, and I also have the right perspective. Does that mean that nobody could have done a better job in the out of season or during the season itself? And there ain't nobody that's without fault or responsibility, starting with me. And but really, again, just proud of those guys for their continued work and putting together a great game plan here tonight.
How big was the session right before halftime?
Oh, it's huge. It was huge. Developed momentum, and it really again lined right up. All right, here's what we came out with: great energy. From the jump, out the first half. And this is a team that's going to come back, and they're going to fight back, and they're going to punch back. And so this is what it's all about. This game's going to be defined by how we finish. And I thought we finished the game in that third quarter, coming out right there at the end, the middle eight. Again, the 2-minute situation in the middle eight were outstanding. And usually, again, winning will give you everything that you need when you do those things right. The timeliness, situationally, that was a huge part of the game to create the lead that was insurmountable.
That's on time, right? Eli or Danny mentioned that Eli was basically tasked with shadowing platforms all night. I know he hasn't really backed down from many challenges this season, but what does it say about him to see him have that kind of performance against the top freshman?
Yeah, no, he's a terrific young player that's got a great future. His best quality is, or he's got a good list of qualities, but he's so humble. He's the same guy every day. He's incredibly talented. The moment's never too big for him. And just a great all-around teammate, and has matured beyond his years. So if he continues to be those things, he'll continue to have a great future. But he's been a real he's in a situation where we lost Gentry to begin the year, and then we've been a little bit bumped and bruised. I talked about Dez having a groin issue. That those are hard things to overcome, and he's really helped make us a really good defense by his development, his rapid rise, and stepping up to the plate.
Any thoughts on the Storm field early?
I'm sorry.
Fancy on the field early?
What about it?
I just kind of crazy when that happened.
Yeah, you can't blame them. They're just excited and premature, but no, it was good. Good problem to have. I hope.